right, good afternoon, guys. I wanted to update you guys on a couple of transactions and also go through the Deck the Hoops pack. After I've kind of calmed down since the opening, kind of reset the mindset, kind of reorganized. Where the franchise is headed. Obviously, missed out on some cool cat packs, so we'll just kind of go through all of that real quick. But at first, we definitely think that the Cool Cats pack, if we even get any, will only be acquired one pack at a time. If we get more, that's great, but I thought we could make some acquisitions that maybe have some investment value. And after talking with Wade's and listening to Wade's previous podcast, I like the Series 1, I should say, Fred Van Fleet Steel card. I think at $25, that's got great potential to go up. And I thought the Damian Lillard, although Series 2, he's an elite player, 3-point card is going to be valuable. I think it is capped off at 7,500, which I think will be good. And then, I also mentioned in the podcast, John Wall, want to be, kind of be true to our word here on the burn. And so that's was good that we acquired him. We acquired him at $8. So to see how that transfers onto the asset sheet, we now add a few. John Wall actually went down a few bucks. Lillard and Fred, I think, are right around the same price. I checked that just a few hours ago, so maybe that's changed. But we've had some other developments. The Joker's really gone up. That's looking like a really good buy. Looking really silly trading that Ben Simmons card a couple weeks ago, bad. But CJ and Trey, those are just great buys. Stuff is, I think that's turning a corner. And then I think that price is actually going up as we speak. So, and then the Russ Westbrook card, awesome. Loving where that is. So, and Giannis is flexing at 210. That's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. All these other cards are going up as they go. Series 1 is really taking off. It's gold, as Wade says. It's gold. So let's take a look at the Deck the Hoops pack. Zion is obviously the card that was the most sought after as the legend card, checking in at 5,600. That kind of smashes the pack expected value. And as you can see, we had it a tick below. It is true that for a while it was sitting at 36. So, I think it's fair to say that it could be anywhere from 35 to 6,000. For this asset sheet purpose, I don't mind going a little bit high there because I intend on holding it, and I expect it to go up significantly higher than just 5,600. So I thought for right now, I think that's a pretty fair assessment. Looked into Dort. He's a rookie, which I think is cool. Him being a rare rookie card, I think, has an opportunity to have some value. He is doing well. He's starting. He's getting a bunch of minutes, which is big, for a rook. That Thunder team is certainly in a rebuild, and so if he continues to stack them together, maybe that could be a guy. He seems like he's taken some threes. Seems like he's a defensive specialist sort of guy, but might be that Kawhi Leonard sort of player. That's kind of like the ceiling, hope, dream projection for him. So. I haven't heard any offers on the table. No one's reached out, so we're, I don't necessarily want to sell them. I would want to be a one-for-one trade, and, we'll let those offers come to us. We're not in a hurry to do anything, and then you see kind of how the rest of those cards round out. This card is a more scarce card than most of the rest. He is a rookie as well, so that's interesting. We're starting to pile up some pups on the farm. So, we'll as we continue here, we'll have an update on the pups on the farm. And I think Porter can be a pup in the farm. Josh Green is a pup on the farm. Foley accused him of being a former Celtic. That is incorrect. He is indeed a rookie. We'll get more on him in subsequent pup on the farm segments in these boardroom meetings. And then Joel Embiid, I'm excited about because he might actually play for us in the Swish Fantasy Week. So we have some reserve assets to collect a pack or two. Like I said, I'm not really expecting to acquire more than one at a time. I think because I'm like 0 for 3 now, like I should just go for one and hope that it goes through. So like anytime I get anywhere near being slightly miffed about the situation, I remind myself that I have a nice little stack here that's continuing to grow. So it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. So let's take a look at week 3. So in the 2-point option, and these are the 2-point options for the week, I think Zion stands out as a guy that we're going to go right away with. He is averaging about 10 field goals, and he's not really taking too many threes. That's exactly what plays in this lineup. I think he's an excellent player for this. So we're going to run with him definitely this week, and then we've highlighted some guys in orange that probably have the first shot at it. Joel Embiid has been hot, and I think will continue to be. Not quite as 2-point dependent as Zion is. He does take some threes, but definitely a good option. He's putting up a bunch of points. Beal obviously is the lead leaguer in points. They haven't played in a week or so. They're still reeling from coronavirus, but they're supposed to play starting next week. So we'll see. We'll see if that goes. I find that to be somewhat of a risky play. The Joker had a really nice week with just 3 games. He's now had 4 this week, so he might be the leader running into the clubhouse as the guy that might get that shot at the apple in the 2-hole. Gordon Hayward has been lighting it up. He did miss a game or 2 this past week with a bum hip. But, I mean, he is getting a lot of 2-point opportunities. Definitely someone I'm going to consider. Mitchell and Giannis were guys that I felt kind of, not great about, not even considering. But Giannis only playing 3 games this week, and then Donovan Mitchell is he's a dynamic stretch 3, so he's all over the place, and I don't necessarily think he's better than the options we highlighted in orange. In 3-point, I like the fact that Lillard is in the mix. He has been lighting up on a few occasions, dropping 6 or 7 threes. I mean, those are 21-point games. That's a game changer in a week. But I still want to go with Steph. I think if you look at the leaderboard, you see that a lot of Steph Curry. I think Duncan Robinson's a nice little player. We're going to look to acquire Duncan when we can. But I would say that for right now, Steph is the guy. No question about it. In the defensive wizard category, I think Rudy's the guy. He's definitely consistent there with like 3 to 4 a game. And I won't be surprised when he pops off for like a 6 or 7 block party. So we'll continue to roll with him. He might be the next jersey purchase. We got the Giannis jersey. It's sick. We might even fleet about it later. And then I think the big decision will be who to go in the assist category. I think everyone has a compelling case. I think Damian Lillard has perhaps the least compelling case, but he is putting up close to 4 to 7 a game, and that can't be sniffed at. I think the next kind of option from there is Trae Young, and it's funny to say that about a guy who was leading the league in assists this past week. You look at the Swish Fantasy leaderboard, and you see a lot of Trae Young. There's some Ben Simmons and Chris Paul, but a lot of Trae Young. He's kind of the guy. So, tough to kind of not really consider him, but I'm really looking at these 3 characters. I think with Russ, I would love to roll him out there. I think he's absolutely the play, but he's still coming off of an injury, and then there's some coronavirus stuff with the Wizards, so not sure if that's the guy I want to roll out there. I think with Ben Simmons and Brogdon, you have 2 really nice options. We'll learn more about those 3 as next 24 hours go, we have to submit in 25 hours or so. So that's kind of where we're at. I think the Duncan Robinson card is a card that we'll try to look at after the timeout comes through. But ultimately, we're excited about where our place is in the leaderboard here. It's very possible that we sneak out. It's just bad luck that Christian Wood ended up with a bad wheel. If you can't really see another Christian Wood character lineup out in the top 25, so it might cost us a pack. Doesn't mean that it was the wrong decision. There aren't too many other guys. I think had we had Zion, we probably would have played Zion and Giannis and probably been right up there. Don't know how much points Zion has had this week, but it's you live and you learn, and we have them for next week, so we'll continue to move forward, and maybe we get a big night out of Steph and Rudy that kind of catalyze us so that we don't get hopped over. It looks like Steph might not matter, but Rudy would definitely help. So, all right, guys. Well, that is it for me. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will have a Selection Sunday show that comes out hopefully 2 to 3 hours before the 6 o'clock p.m. deadline. So that is it.